Residents of townships in Swellendam are threatening to shut down the area today. Well, they want the indigent benefits restored to vulnerable communities. Those are live visuals of a building right now, I understand, that is currently on fire. Let me come to my colleague, eNCA reporter, senior reporter Ayesha Ismail, to just ascertain what exactly is happening at this point. Ayesha, what are we looking at? What's the cause of this fire?
Okay, so what you're looking at now is the Tucson Centre here in Railton in Swellendam on fire. This is the building that has been used by the municipality for the past month. You will recall that last month when I was here, the municipal building in the town was set on fire, and this was after residents were very upset about the fact that they were, as they said, being denied subsidized municipal services. They say that initially
Ayesha, perhaps you can just try and get to, a safer place as possible, because we can definitely see the blaze is still ongoing there as we try to continue to get you connected with us, just to see what the problem and the issues there could be. Ayesha Ismail, and if you are connected and ready to speak to us, colleague, yes, we're listening.
So the residents have told us that initially, for a very long time, they've been receiving 50 free electricity units as well as 6,000 litres of water per month. That was then, as they say, abruptly stopped because the municipality wanted them to apply for these subsidised services. When I spoke to the mayor last month when I was here, he was saying that they need people to apply for these services so that they can also keep a record of how many people live in the area and also who they are giving this subsidized service to. Of course, the people in the area are saying the mere fact that we are unemployed, the mere fact that we live in townships is already an indication that we are indigent. So why do we still have to come to the municipality and apply for services? And the meetings have been ongoing and they clearly could not reach an agreement. The municipal building was rendered, they were not able to use that, and for that reason that the municipality moved its services to this building where we are at the moment, the Tucson building here in Railton. And I'm told that early this morning this building was set alight because the residents from Railton, as well as an area called Machoks, they were not happy with the fact that they are being denied these subsidized services. Try to speak to some of the people here. They saying that they do not want to appear on camera, and for good reason, because they say they don't want to be associated with the fire happening here, and also they're afraid that they're going to be arrested. We drove through the town. It really is a ghost town. Businesses have been closed down. There's absolutely nothing happening in the town. Schools are closed today, and a lot of the people have gathered outside the Tucson Centre to come and watch the fire. Some people are busy pulling out pipes. We also saw a vehicle belonging to the fire department completely gutted, and so they're saying that they no longer have services to come and extinguish the fire here at the Tucson Centre. But I think that things are getting a bit out of hand now, so we are going to leave the area and try and go to a safer place, and perhaps in the next crossing I can bring you an update.
Ayesha, as we're looking at these visuals right now live on our screens, I mean, is there any law enforcement nearby, any officials as well nearby, or at least any form of communication to try and engage with community members? Yes, we understand that at this point its intentions are quite high, but the demands are clear from the community members, from the residents, demanding free basic electricity and some rebates for pensioners. They are demanding fixed electricity connection charges to also be waived. Yes, this much to the resistance of the mayor, saying that the benefits will only be reinstated after residents re-register annually so. But at this moment, are they present from where you stand?
I have not seen any members of the municipality here. When we arrived about 15 minutes ago onto this premises here at the Tucson Center, we did see members of the police services arriving here, but they came and they assessed the building and they have now left. And all we're seeing now, we can see people trying to take what they can from this burnt out municipal building. Municipal vehicle. It's a vehicle that belongs to the fire services, and I'm told that they had come earlier this morning to come and try and extinguish the fire, but the vehicle was then set alight and things just seem to be getting a bit out of hand. And as I said, that people are telling us not to film them. They don't want to appear on camera because they don't want to be arrested.
We're definitely seeing those ongoing visuals there of the municipal, vehicle as well as the building right now being on fire. Ayesha Ismail, but also quite concerning that I saw even small children, just one on a bicycle walking past. This could turn dangerous if they get closer out of curiosity, perhaps. But perhaps lead us to where we are going now. I can see the cameraman also moving with us. It looks like it might be behind the building as well, just to see what exactly is being done and the extent of the damage that continues to be caused to the building.
Yes.
So we're going around the backside of the Tucson Center because, as you seen earlier, Tumelo, we were not able to get in through the front because the front section is on fire. But inside we're going to, well, Mario is going ahead to try and see what it looks like inside, but I'm not sure what you're seeing on the screen at the moment, and it's packed with smoke. And we're now inside the building, but we won't be here for much longer. We just wanted to give you a sense of exactly what's happening here. When we brought you the visuals earlier, that was from the front side. We're now at the back, and as you can see, there's lots and lots of smoke, and I'm trying to also figure out when the fire services will be able to send reinforcements, send more people to come and try and save this building, because right now there are only members of the community outside, either trying to salvage what they can, to take some of the chairs, the cutlery, the crockery. But yeah, it's becoming hard to breathe in this building now, so we're actually going to exit the building.
Yeah. Absolutely. And as you try and make your way outside and catch your breath, Ayesha, yourself and the cameraman, I mean, you got a glimpse of what it's looking like inside. We could also see, but also understandably, smoke mirroring through the camera lens. How would you describe the extent of the damage so far?
Well, it is rather extensive. And as you can see, you've got the files from the municipality here against the wall. Mario's just trying to get into this office, and these are files belonging to, it's information from residents living in the area. So you can imagine what's going to happen once those files start to burn, and all that information is going to get lost. I do find it quite interesting that right now there's not a single law enforcement officer on the premises. And it seems as if people are trying to take what they can from inside from inside the building. But yeah, we're going to try and leave the building now. And I just want Mario also to show you the chairs that some of the people here in Railton managed to take from inside, because they say that this building was also being used by them as a place where they could meet, and they want to keep the chairs and save whatever they can. And in the absence of the law enforcement officers and also the fire brigade being here, some of the locals are now trying to get water to extinguish the fire themselves, to try and save what they can of this building. And there you can see somebody trying to get into the building.
As we're looking at those visuals, Ayesha, perhaps let me ask you and jump in here, just trying to ascertain when exactly this building, was burned. I mean, do you know of the exact time that you saw the blaze, the fire that was started? Has it been a while since the fire was started there, from where you stand, Ayesha?
Well, the people that I spoke to off camera were saying to me that it happened very, very early this morning, and it started with this, and what we're showing you at the moment. This was a kind of structure where the security officer of this building was stationed, and they started putting, they set this building alight first, and then they moved over into the big building. And I'm told that it started very, very early this morning. And as you can see, that some of the locals are now trying to, extinguish the fire, but there's very, very little water available at the moment. So, sadly, this building appears to, it's probably going to be completely gutted by the time the authorities are able to send reinforcements, perhaps from Cape Town or neighboring towns, because they don't have enough resources here in Swellendam to deal with this kind of protest that's taking place at the moment.
Yeah, and when we talk about law enforcement, Ayesha, not being on the scene, I mean, if the fire was started as early as, this morning, it's now almost 19 minutes to 12, it's almost midday, and still no law enforcement in sight. I mean, how would you rate, the distance of the police station, the nearest police station to where you stand? Is it a matter of distance being an issue, a matter of perhaps SAPS at the stage not being ready to intervene and kind of calm the situation at this point? You did mention a bit earlier on that there was a security personnel within the building, but now it seems there may not be anywhere in sight, because obviously they're overpowered by the number of people that are now have taken over the burning of this building. But when it comes to law enforcement and perhaps trying to ascertain why exactly they may not be at the scene at this time, could it be a distance, a matter that the police station might be far away from where you stand right now?
Well, I'm told that the law enforcement officers are busy trying to get the people living in the informal settlement called Machoks. They're trying to get them not to come into the town. So they have formed a barrier, and they're chasing people back into the township because they don't want them to come down. So I would imagine that the reasoning is probably that the building is on fire, but right now we need to stop people from coming into town. And one of the ladies that I spoke to here was actually saying they want to protect the town, but they're not protecting us, the people who live here in Railton. So it's a difficult situation. It's a situation where we're dealing with poor people. We're dealing with people who are saying we are entitled to get subsidized services from the municipality. All along we've been getting these services for free without applying. Now we are asked to come and apply for services, and we don't want to do that for whatever reason. And now we have a situation where last month the municipal building was set alight, the computers were ripped out of the building, thrown into the floor and set alight. We had shops in the town looted, vandalized, and after weeks and weeks of negotiations, they still could not reach an agreement with the municipality and with the mayor of the town, so much so that they've decided to set this building called the Tucson building on fire. This was the building that the municipal office was relocated to, and as I showed you earlier, we could see those files inside containing all the information of residents living in this area. And it's just a very difficult situation, and I guess that they're going to have to call for reinforcements from outside of Swellendam, because right now we see that they're actually not able to cope with what is happening here right now.
All right, Ayesha Ismail, it seems like at this point that's where we'll leave it for now as we continue to see parts of that building still, being engulfed with fire. Some residents trying to, of course, curb that fire by just throwing in water from, buckets. And while others continue to damage the building, we saw some climbing in, taking out some chairs, etc. But still, at the point of this, it's residents saying that they want their benefits restored, particularly in some of the vulnerable communities, saying they want free basic electricity, they want rebates of pensioners, and they also want fixed electricity connection charges to be waived at this point. But we know the mayor at this point saying that the benefits will be reinstated after residents actually re-register, and this is an obligation by the residents that needs to be done annually. So we'll continue to monitor the situation with no law enforcement in sight at this stage, no government officials as well, no in sight to actually preserve what's left, or at least try to calm the situation and engage with community members at this stage. So Ayesha Ismail will try and come back to you throughout the day right here on eNCA to track developments out in Swellendam.